The story of a baby boy who's been transported to Rome, airlifted to Rome from an NHS failure in Bristol, tells us a great deal about the quality of our celebrated NHS in the UK. Giorgia Meloni's government has done the right thing in rescuing this child, and it's not the only case. As we saw only recently, a child was told that their options were up, and it was only by going public that that child was able to have life-saving surgery to fix her spine. In this case, it's the father of the child is an Italian citizen who's worked in the UK for several years, and he appealed to the Italian government, and they tried to get what they could. They threatened the Bristol hospital with legal action, but ultimately the NHS was unable to do anything, and there was some sort of cooperation with Italy. The child was airlifted to safety and is now being treated in Rome. It's an extraordinary story, and something that I think the present government and the present NHS, so over bloated with bureaucrats who are overpaid and who regularly mess up. I can give you another example of every time I have dealings with the NHS, I find another problem. And not so long ago, I went to an NHS hospital, and I found that my address was wrong. And yet, even after I corrected it, it remained wrong. And my local GP seemed to think I was in Surrey, and I had a form letter which came through by text, and in order to access it, I had to key in my postcode, which was, of course, the postcode that they had erroneously got on my system. This is the chaos that is the NHS, where whistleblowers, for example, who want to identify that the NHS is seriously failing, are then targeted and abused, not for a couple of months, but for years and years and years, and this obsession to deny, delay, and defy any goodwill seems to dominate the NHS, and it comes from management. It doesn't come from the doctors. It doesn't come from the nurses who work jolly hard. It doesn't come from the cleaners who work jolly hard and who are often underpaid, particularly junior doctors. It comes from the management, which is puffed up and overpaid and under-functioning and messing up and messing up and messing up again and again and again. And these people need to be stripped out and replaced, and we need to cut back on the unnecessary bureaucracy if we're going to have a health service which can actually get anything done.